All right, everyone, we are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Guru. Thank you so much for joining us. As we always do before we get started, we just want to thank you all for the support over the years. Thank you for supporting Search for Guru and to our karatbars partners who are watching. Thank you for joining Team Fitzgerald and Team Dynasty, everyone. Guys, like, share, and subscribe. Again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the content. That really means a lot. And then make sure you go to dynastymirror.com, buy some merchandise. This is the Prince of Otoruo t-shirt. So make sure you go cop one, everyone. Without further ado, I have my brother Fitzgerald Stevens on with us today. And today's topic is 5 reasons why a jobless society is unavoidable. 5 reasons. Now, there's some exceptions. But for the most part, I don't know, with this new coronavirus economy, there's going to be a lot of changes. So, Mr. Stevens, introduce yourself, sir. Introduce yourself for people who don't know.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fitzgerald Stevens. I'm an entrepreneur, personal friend of Dynasty Mirror for about 15 years. And we're just going to hope that we can show you guys some things that can expand your minds and better ways for you to take care of the economy of your own home, which is the most important one.
Absolutely. So I'm going to start off with number 1. Here's one. Automation. Automation is 1.
You mind if I write these down? If you give,
of course.
Let me get this.
Hey guys, shout out to Nikki Bird. I actually was inspired to speak on this topic from, Nikki Bird was the...
Is that Miss Bird out of South Africa?
Yeah, Nikki Bird out of South Africa.
Hello, Miss Bird. How are you doing there?
Yeah. She was the inspiration behind this. So, so let me shout her out. Let me put her site in the chat room so you guys can check that out. Hold on one second. Let me shout her out in the chat room real quick, you guys. Here we go. NikkiBird.Africa, everyone. Disrupt yourself, shift your mindset. Author, our South African sister, everybody. Let's go ahead and throw her in the chat room real quick. Man, Nikki Bird. So automation. I keep telling this story. So I've already showed the video of the robot flipping the hamburgers and doing the fries. I've already showed that video. And then we spoke about the forklift, the automated forklift. When I was in Noonan, Georgia, I'm not going to name the company. I was in there, I was doing when I was working for Cintas, I was getting them set up with their facility services products. So I'm literally in their break room and I look through a window into the warehouse and I saw a forklift just doing its thing, loading the trucks, going to the shelves, the racks, taking stuff down, loading the trucks. I looked closer. I didn't see anybody on the forklift. I looked closer. Still didn't see anybody on the forklift. So I asked my contact, I said, hey, what's going on here? He said it's an automated forklift. Automated forklift. I'm like, wow. And then you hear a lot of people, I know a couple of years ago, 3-4 years ago, my friend, I'm gonna get licensed to be a forklift operator. It's like a class or something you could take to become a forklift operator.
Right.
But that's about to be non-existent the way this thing was moving. They got the driverless trucks coming out now.
That's going to be huge. Huge.
You know about that, Fitzgerald, as far as the driverless?
Driverless trucks and also with locomotives, trains can do the same thing. We'll be able to do the same thing. That's going to be huge because, drivers are required to drive sometimes like no more than 10 hours before they have to pull off the road. And the really time they're saying that because, obviously safety concerns. What if you have a truck that could keep going as long as they had fuel? It will shorten your delivery time. It will definitely decrease your amount of labor you have to pay the trucks. the truckers rather. I don't know how they would do it if the truck gets a flat or it has to engine blows, or I don't know how they would do it, but I'm quite sure they would have sensors on the truck if something does happen to it as far as the dispatch. Nevertheless, when you deal with automation, Prince, that's the same thing that somebody has lost a job. I mean, right. If automation is replacing people, as far as replacing people that can do what humans can do, why have humans? Why have humans? Why pay humans to do that job that the automation can do? That would be much more efficient. If that robotic is not gonna get tired. He's not going to call out sick. He's not going to say, "You guys are not giving up enough oil on our machines. We want to strike." He's not going to do that. No, right. You don't have to worry about paying him overtime. We can literally work seven days a week. Literally. So that's going to be huge. And you know what? Here's what you're not going to see on that: cost and goods and services are not going to go down.
No.
They're going to still keep them the same price, but they're going to the companies are going to greatly increase their profits because they don't have to pay for that labor. I mean, there's going to be like a cost up front. It's going to be pretty lopsided. But as time goes by, pretty soon it starts paying for itself, and pretty soon it has paid for itself, and now it's running in total profit. So what's going to be needed now is software writers, coders. People who can service those robots or that automation. Those are going to be the huge demand jobs as far as when the manufacturing, if it continues to go this way. It looked like there's nothing to slow it down.
So we have that now. Someone in the chat room is saying that AI will never take over trucking. No one wants to be accountable for the possible lawsuits. I would think there's more lawsuits with people who are behind the trucks. And then I think with AI, they would rather risk having the lawsuits than they will paying people to drive the trucks. Because you got to think about I don't know how it works with truck drivers. You obviously got to pay them a salary.
Yeah, my father was a truck driver about 20 years, and I have several families in it right now. But I can't dispute what that man is saying because I have never been a trucker. I don't know the rest. I don't know that business. I'm one of those guys. I know someone has been in it, but I personally don't have any experience as far as with that. But I do know with truckers, they're required to take a certain amount of breaks. They're required to keep out a mileage log. At least that was back in the old days. And expense logs. At least that was in the old days. They're required to be on time with deliveries. A lot of things they don't have. They definitely don't have a family life. I had an uncle literally died on the road. He was a trucker. He was up in Ohio. They have full sleepers in those trucks and everything like that. It's like a mobile home. Right. And the way they found them, the truck ran out of fuel about every 3 days because they would pull them on the side of the road or park in a parking lot, and the truck just expired out of fuel. They went to check and he was gone. Literally died on the road. No,
so still running when he passed away.
Yeah, he was gone. He was gone. When I say gone, he had died. No, so and then we actually have one of our affiliates. I'm not going to call his name nor his wife's names, but Dinesh, you personally sponsored it. Man, he was out there traveling with his wife, and he got tired of it. They both got tired of it, but you're never home. Right. You're never home. But without the trucking industry, the American economy was shut down. They are the guys that deliver the goods and freights, them, and also say with the railroads that you can't get your stuff shipped to you. The American economy should be shut down. Period. It's just that big. It's just that big.
Right. Let's see what else you have in the chat room. Okay, so here's another one. So we got automation out the way. Here's another one. Online, internet. Everything's being shifted to online.
Yes and no. For example, can you shift beauty supplies. Beauty. My
Amazon.
youngest brother happens to own a beauty parlor where him and his partner they do do everything from facials to laser surgery to the gosh, all kind electrolysis, all kinds of stuff. It is huge in this in huge income in that business. You can't Amazon that out. You can't online that out. I mean, if I go get a haircut, I can't online that out. Certain businesses you're not going to be able to do, but let me tell you what you can do: car insurance. People who used to do what you and I did, Dynas, but insurance agents, sure, they don't really need us. Pars for say, to go out there when you can go over the phone and do the same thing. And so there are a couple of businesses that if people want to interact with human beings. I for one love bookstores. I love old school, just like run of the mill bookstores, in particular they're like in cafes and stuff like. I just like old books. I don't like to order on Amazon for as much. I much rather go sit in the bookstore, flip through it, put my hands on it. That's me, that's my thing. But I don't need to do that as long as Amazon is right here. I mean, Dynas, when I got your book, get off here and cold call. Man, right. I ordered that literally while we was doing the show, if you remember.
Right.
I went on to Amazon, so the convenience of those is real cool. Like say for instance, your acquaintance down in South Africa, she wanted to order your book right now. She don't need to go to a bookstore per se. She can just jump on eBay or Amazon and get it. And she's all the way down in South Africa, so it makes the world your global marketplace. Which is huge, and it's increasing your number of traffic and definitely your customer base exponentially, to have an online presence. So, but nevertheless, a lot of businesses are going to simply get left behind because they don't have that, and a lot of jobs are going to get left behind, also due to that fact they're going to switch to a more efficient model. And the online is it, man. I mean, when the last time? What tell me you heard about certain companies going bankrupt, but a lot of that could have been avoided. They just would have had a strong online presence. More so, they depended upon the physical presence. But tell me, last time you heard like this online giant has gone bankrupt. Sales are down, and they had. Well, tell me, but you hear about retailers, especially at restaurants, going out of business, because people are switching away from that old model. That model is archaic. Keep constantly dependent upon people to come into with foot traffic to come into your door. It's it's getting to be the world is going another way now.
Fitzgerald, were you did you guys have Woolworths in Alabama?
Yeah, Woolworths is staple, man. Woolworths has been around a long time.
Right. Okay, so you guys had it in Alabama. Okay.
Yeah, you don't hardly see it. Woolworths used to be Woolworth would be comparable to Macy's.
Right.
It was just that popular. But they just thought that business model would be around forever. No one was really in the foresight to like, hey, let's look at the way trends are moving, the future trends. Remember I told you about the hunter story yesterday. You got to shoot where the target's going to be. Right. If you miss, you have to shoot where the target's going to be. Here's one for you. Here's one that really, really missed the boat. The couple of them, I think. The one stands out. You remember Kodak? Eastman Kodak out of Rochester, New York?
Absolutely. And guys, in the chat room, you guys, is my affiliate link. Click on that affiliate link. That's my Karatbars affiliate link. Oh, sorry, that's Nikki's link. So guys, make sure you click on my Karatbars affiliate link. Sign up as an affiliate. It's also streaming at the bottom of the screen. It will also be in the description. Again, click on the affiliate link, sign up as an affiliate, and we will get you guys up and running. All right, go ahead, Fitzgerald.
Eastman Kodak out of Rochester, New York. Used to be a huge employer right there. Well, they didn't make the change from 35 millimeter film to digital.
Right.
No, you remember like I'm a photography buff, among other things. I still have my same Canon SureShot camera that I bought when I was 21 years old. It's still in my possession right now. Could take pictures. We would put those old 35 millimeter film in it, drop it off at a CVS or thing that they Canon now. Canon moved. Okay, well, forget this. Canon, Nikon, those are the two big ones. No, not in the world of cameras. In the world of cameras, man, Nikon you rule. Nikon cameras that you're making still shots, and then Canon was right behind it. Sony, I didn't hear much about them as far as within the photography world. But now, tell me, man, you tell me go get a 35 millimeter camera. That's that's kind of down the sort. That would be a kind of like an antique. But they made the shift to the digital cameras, man. You don't need to go down and press film right now. Develop film and pay that cost. Actually, and now the thing with the camera market is being killed. You know how?
Yeah.
Here.
Right.
I mean, one of the first things people want to know about these smartphones is how good is the camera? Right. Because you don't. It's so technology has changed. Oh man, how many of us remember Blockbuster Video? Yeah. And then along come this little company called Netflix and other streaming service, particularly Netflix. Amazon's gotten into streaming service, and Netflix was one to really put the ground in there. But there used to be a company called Amazon and another company called Movie Gallery. Movie Gallery started on my home state of Alabama. And so you don't tell me when you see these people right now. So people and whole industries who have failed to adapt to the times have become extinct. No, so things are going to change, and we need to be abreast of this. You can't just say like no longer do you have the luxury in saying this is way we always done it. Well, this is the way it is. I'm not changing. At my age, as an elder in my mid-50s, I don't have that thinking, and probably that's one of the reasons I was able to move into my karatbars sphere so easily, because I know that things change. And they're going to change with me or without myself. So you gotta change with that. But far as it used to be back in the turn of the century, cash is king, cash is king, cash is king. Pretty soon we won't be able to say that anymore. All right. Because I heard that the Federal Reserve is working on digital cash now. Digital cash. Okay. Cash. Then cash went by the way of the checkbook. So people could write checks, and as long as they had cash.
For sure. I remember when I was a little kid, and I would go grocery shopping with my mom and grandma. The teller would ring them up, and they would pull out their checkbook. Write a check. Man, when the last time you seen someone writing a checkbook for groceries right now? Oh man, I mean, you look at them. So it went to the checkbook. Then the stores started using those store credit cards, like the Sears and Kmart, and those guys started pioneer the credit cards. So the banks start getting in that, and so they came up with the debit card. Now the action is moving right now into cryptocurrency. Right. Into gold accounts, into Apple Pay, into PayPal. So who knows where it's going to go? But those who changed with that, they're fine. They're fine. For those who are not, whoever would have thought, whoever thought you can go down to Blockbuster, Starbucks. Starbucks said, hey, we take cash and we take Bitcoin. It's there. You can pay for it, right? You can pay for it out your Apple Wallet. You can pay for it in so many ways. So I learned a long time ago, and a business partner taught me this. When I was up in Atlanta, he said, never limit your customer options to pay you. Never limit your customers' options to pay you or to get you your money. Yeah. So you have to be multi-dimensional in the way that people pay you. Yeah. So. So you said automation, and what was number two, Dynas? It was automation. Then there was online.
Okay. Online. It's causing jobless. I have one in there. It's probably not on your list.
No. Go ahead.
How about contract services? Contractors. Yeah. Okay. What do I mean by that? We're starting to see a lot. Some of it is known as freelancers. Right. Companies don't necessarily put you on their payroll. They will contract you out for a certain amount of time.
Hold on a second,
to be
Fitzgerald.
of service.
Hey, Kavis trade. Not. This is the wrong chat room for that. You could market that on your own page. All right, go ahead.
Contractors, you're not necessarily on a job's payroll, so you don't necessarily get the benefits, so you don't get anything like that. As a matter of fact, sometimes they will pay you 100% of what the job calls for. I used to work for a company like that. It lasted a very small time, and I'm glad it did. Well, these guys would have you 100% responsible for your taxes. So let's just say you made $10,000 a month in commissions. They would pay you the whole $10,000. Mm-hmm. You in turn would go out there and you were responsible for deducting your taxes, paying for your health care, paying state tax if you were subject to that. You were responsible for that. And then but after that period, that job ended, or that assignment was gone, you were gone, and you had to look for another assignment. They call it freelancers, contractors. But what does that mean? Well, companies don't have to be responsible for your payroll taxes. They don't have to be responsible for your health, your health insurance. They don't have to be responsible for many of the benefits, including vacation pay. So it's really helping their bottom line, and they're putting more of that on you. So we're seeing that trend. That trend is really taking off. So we're looking at that. I mean, most of the time sometimes we think of freelancers, like we like to think of like authors or writers and stuff like that. But it's going in all types of businesses now. No. Okay, freelancers, I'll put that down.
Hey, Kavis, do it again. I'm going to block you, Kavis. Again, this is about karatbars. You can push your affiliate programs on your own site.
That's pretty dang bold to push something on you, put on somebody else's program. It's pretty bold. Okay, what else you got for me? Number 4, Prince.
Moving everything offshore.
Ooh, now when you say everything offshore, you're talking manufacturing. Right. So you're talking like shipping stuff like the Mexico.
So let me ask you this. So back when you're growing up, how much manufacturing is being done here in America versus in China? Back when you were,
I don't know. I mean, I didn't follow stuff like that when I was like a young man in my especially a teenager. I was too busy watching basketball, NBA, and football. And not just started my college career, had came out of high school, so I didn't keep up then. Didn't really keep that while I was in college. Did not know, but it seemed like we were very, very strong economically. Like in the 80s, I think who was the president back in the 80s? Well, you had William Jefferson Clinton. Okay, Bill Clinton, and before him you had President George Bush the first. Seemed like manufacturing was strong. I mean, in President Clinton's 8 years in office, it was very, very strong. Mm-hmm. We were actually running surpluses in this nation, far as with money that we was actually acquiring. So manufacturing was strong. And then looked like during when President Bush came in, we start seeing a somewhat like a shift with manufacturing over into China and Mexico. That was a big thing. That's why they passed that NAFTA Act, because they wanted to unite Mexico, United States, and Canada to create one block, a trading consortium to compete with the overseas market. And then now we see the Chinese are making a real strong push in manufacturing. Far as like it's easier to they can produce stuff cheaper than what we can over here because they don't pay the labor costs. And then we're seeing India, the nation of India. Those are the guys who are being outsourced, like for the coding, the engineering work and stuff like that. Yeah. So to answer your question, it has definitely put us in a weaker position. In a nation that doesn't have a strong manufacturing base, which is really the backbone of the middle class in that country, it is going to be ripe, for profiting. It really is. And so, but on the same token, Prince Dynasmir, we're seeing an emphasis on the online community. More people are creating home businesses, man. More people are creating home. I mean, look at you. Look what you done. I mean, you know, but then when you was at the University of Georgia, do you think you was going to do something like this? Or you just thought you was going to come out, get you a job, you know, and just retire from there? I'm willing to bet you what you did, because you had a role model, your mother. That's the formula she followed, and it was very, very successful, you know, far as with doing that. So, but you didn't think you were just going to start your own platform or you know, get out there and reach the world and be responsible for your own income, making your money online. I certainly didn't. I certainly didn't think this. I didn't think I would be doing a gold business, a karatbar business. What's that? You know, operating a business in 149 countries around the world with a cell phone. What do you mean? You know, don't you have to have customers? Don't I have to have a brick and mortar? You know, so I mean, and I my degree's in international advertising. That's what my bachelor's arts is, in international advertising. And I didn't see this. You know, I didn't see this, you know, because back when I was back around 1985 and 88, when I graduated college, man, we were thinking, okay, the way we advertise: billboard, television, radio. Who's Google? Who's AOL? What are Google AdWords? You know, what is Facebook Marketplace? What do you mean a YouTube? What's that? None of these exist, but man, you know, the rest is history, and it's only going to keep going up. No, home-based business is where it's at. No, here's another one you can't lend out. And I grew up in this business, and Dane sure should know this: farming. Hey, people have to eat. People have to eat. Farming, you know, raising food. You know, you can't outsource that. You know, and you know, people have to be able to have food and you know and good stuff. Now that can last. That can go all around the world. And farming's been used since millennium. So I don't see that going anywhere. But how you get the goods to the marketplace? That's another thing. That's where the automation, where Prince Amir was talking about with the trucks and, you know, the ships, you know, and things. You don't even really need it's going to come a time, you know, that the ship's crew is going to be greatly diminished. Hapag and Lloyd, are you familiar with them?
Who?
Hapag and Lloyd. They're international shipping conglomerate. Okay, they have these orange containers and stuff, but you know, they ship stuff all you know, pretty much all over the world. Anything, you know, if we want, for example, if you know that you can literally have your house taken apart piece by piece. You can have someone have your house. I'm not joking. You can have your house taken apart piece by piece, brick by brick, and you can make arrangements to have that home shipped to Nigeria on the land that you bought, and you can get craftsmen to put that home together exactly like it is in Atlanta. You can literally do that.
Wow.
You know, you can literally do that. So you say, well, I don't want to buy, but see, you can keep the property in West End. You can keep the property there, but you say, man, I just like my home. I just really, really like my home. Literally, piece by piece. You know, and there are companies that would do that, and then you make arrangements. I want to have this shipped to Lagos or outside. Here's what I want, and I want you guys to put it together on this piece of property. And they literally could do that. But you know, but that's shipping. That's shipping and stuff, which is big time business. But the crew. The crew that you have, that could be diminished by automation a little bit, but you're still going to have people to run that. So what we're saying, ladies and gentlemen, I think jobs are greatly going to be displaced because of automation, because of these new variables. I don't think they're going to be totally, but for the majority, all of them are going to be eliminated. But I do think in order for you to know how to profit from that, you're going to have to shift your emphasis into where those jobs are going to be. You're definitely going to prepare your children for where those jobs are going to be if they decide to do a job. But but when Prince Amir and I come on the stream, we're not concerned about teaching you how to do a job. That's not our thing. We're concerned about teaching you how to be a boss. Right. We're concerned about teaching you how to have your own home-based business, your own global home-based business, where you are determining your income, where you are determining your rate of return, where everything is dependent upon you, and you reap 100% of the rewards. That's what we're talking about, and it also with Karatbars, it's also an online business. We can operate in South Africa. Not as you don't know it, man, but I put the team together in South Africa years ago. Mr. Pierre and Mr. Ahmed. They're in your organization. This is when you were sitting around and thinking you had a good job and everything. Right. And so they're down there in South Africa, right there in Cape Town, to be exact. Okay, now just able to work with these guys through the Karatbar business, through them acquiring their gold. Never been to South Africa, really want to go. I heard a lot of things about it. Just curious, just want to see it. But still been running a business down there for the South African community. Oh gosh, probably like a little over 3 years. Never been there, and we're still doing business there. For me, doing right here in Tampa, Florida, by the way of a cell phone. See, remember, you got to go where business is going. You got to go where, you if you want to be successful in as far as in the world of business, follow the money. Look where it's shifting. Most people think, okay, I got to stack my dollars. I got to stack my rand. I got to stack my naira. I got to stack my yen. I got to stack my British pound or my Ghanese American dollars. I got to do that. No, you don't. No, you don't. You have to stack assets. You have to stack assets. That's what you need to do. Well, I really got to go out and get this paper, at the vernacular they would say in the streets. Right. I got to make this paper. No, you don't. Warren Buffett, as of Saturday, it was announced that he sold his stake in Goldman Sachs. Let me tell you something about Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is probably the premier investment banker in the world. He picked those guys up on a fire sale back around that 2008 debacle. Right. When before President Obama came in office, that he had to put programs together to bail out a lot of the institutions. Well, and he had a good part of J.P. Morgan stock, J.P. Morgan Chase. Well, he sold all that. He sold all that, and he used that money to purchase 23.9 million shares of Barrick Gold. Barrick Gold, based out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Right. Gold. That's what that man bought, gold. And so why would a man like that get out a paper and put it into hard assets? A man who said, like, I don't want to have anything to do with that gold stuff. That was his thinking earlier. But he shifted his thinking, and so if you look at Barrick Gold today, what I was checking these guys out this morning, man, their stock is nicely went up, Dinaz. Because an investor like that, bringing that type of influx of capital in, and so we see the world is shifting off the fiat currency. The world is shifting away from this paper money. Right. That paper money, man, you might as well be holding this. This stuff right here has value because we say it. Okay, I'll break this off and this will get me a house. Mm-hmm. Now I break you this little corner off and this will get me groceries. I determine the value of it. But when you have hard assets, when you have gold, land, silver, precious artwork, things that people can put in your hands, and you have assets, when the key of the matter is that you're taking those paper dollars and you're putting them in hard assets that's growing your wealth. Like, I'm a real big proponent of real estate. I like to be able to walk on my own ground and be able to, have the grass go between, under my feet, or I like to be able to walk out there and plant some vegetables on my own property. That, man, I'd much rather have that than cash, or I'd much rather have the gold, than the cash, because it's something tangible, something I can hold, it's something I can trade and barter with, and I know it's something that's building my wealth. So we have to look at where things are going. Ladies and gentlemen, the future is not in the so-called job economy anymore.
Right.
That's archaic. That would be the equivalent of you trying to light your home, with whale oil. They used to do that back in the 1800s. They would go out and hunt whales and use the blubber to light the lamps where you can see, until someone invented the light bulb. I think his name was Lattimore, if I'm not mistaken, not Edison. Lattimore was the one who built the
his assistant.
Right. Yeah, with the black gentleman, and then now it's switched to fluorescent bulbs, and now you have people. Okay, let's take advantage of geothermal power. Let's take advantage of solar power. Let's take advantage of wind power and all these other new technologies coming out. Do you know that right now you don't need to have gasoline for your cars? You don't need to have gasoline for that. There was back in the 70s, some guy invented a car that would get 700 miles per tank of gas off water. It was suppressed. So the technologies are out there, and eventually the technologies are going to break through. But at the meantime, how do you benefit? How do you benefit? See, I don't have time to wait for the technologies to come through. I don't, I'm been 15 years, I'm 70 years old. And if it goes by anything like the last 55 years of my 55 years of my life right now, which went by like a blur. Okay. I mean, I don't have time to sit up there. I need to make money now. Many people who we're talking to right now, Dynas, need to make money now.
Right.
They're not looking about putting the stuff in growth funds and give it a take about 10, 12 years. The stuff is going to mature. Right. Karatbars shows you how to make money now. You can actually make money today at this. What are you doing? You're just saving. You're switching your money and saving it in gold. You could get a business package, help someone else get a business package. You could get a percentage of that, and you can create residual income. And you get paid. You can get paid the same day you get your package if you put the mix together right. I mean, we're talking. With income that's able to that you can see a business, a home-based business that you can realize a return the same day. It depends if you're willing to the smartly and savvy work. Business. Tax breaks, which are able to build your wealth there, being able to leave income as far as for your children, or your beneficiaries or your spouse because of something you built. See, this is where stuff is going. A business that you don't have to necessarily have a brick and mortar business. You don't have to go out there and find a building. You know what? You can have 100,000 or 1 million affiliates in your business that don't work for you, that you can run from a cell phone. I mean, I've said that a couple of times, but I really don't think it's not getting the emphasis that I like. It's not getting the emphasis, not that I like. It's not getting the emphasis that I think is most effective. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. When I registered my Karatbar business, and how do you register? You have to be invited. How do you get invited? Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Mr. Jughead. Thank you for that. Yeah, you're right. Edison wasn't really on that game, man. He just knew how to get to the patents office and stuff like that. He was really on. Nikola Tesla would have ran circles around him. But we could talk about that a little offline. What we do with Karatbars, we build wealth. We build our wealth by acquiring gold. Okay. Then we build our wealth by setting up our business and helping other people acquire gold and set up their business. And you are able to receive a percentage of that. We practice group economics. In 149 countries, also dealing in gold. We run our business once again from a cell phone. I don't think you understand really that. Let me tell you what that means. That means that wherever I have this, if I'm over in Angola, if I'm over in Gambia, if I'm over in Côte d'Ivoire, if I'm in Sierra Leone, if I'm in Southeast Alabama, don't make a difference. As long as I have the internet As long as I have a communications, I can run my business. I can still build a business in South Africa, Perth, Australia, Auckland, New Zealand, Montreal, Canada. You know, and that's what we're doing. We're duplicating that, showing people how to build wealth by also acquiring gold and receiving residual income. Okay, nobody works for you. You know, you just get out there and start building your team. I started doing that. Prince Amir is one of the first people I started talking to. You know, showing him how to build wealth, showing how to keep building wealth. If anything, I figure I consider myself working for each and every one of you. You know, I mean, you don't work for me. I consider myself mostly working for you. So, you know, it started off at zero back around about 2015, you know, and somewhere then, you know, just kept talking to people and ask them, you know, hey, you keep your income options open. You're looking ways to make more money. That was way before the things got as bad as we were now. We wasn't knowing no corona, but we was dealing things back then, back in the 80s or back in the 90s. Well, they used President Bush. He used to have something called a terror alert. I don't know if many of you guys remember that. Orange or green or blue, you know, the media, but manipulating the hell out of people. You know, so you know, just going on that because the 9/11 came up. Then President Obama, he was dealing with Ebola, and then back in the 80s, the early 80s, there was a little illness called AIDS, and we didn't know had a big disease with a little name. You know, so and you know, people were adjusting to that. Now we have this thing called corona. Corona is a little different animal because it's shutting down world economies. All the illness was killing people and stuff like that. So we're at the trillions of dollars of wealth are being extracted out of people's economy right now because of this corona. You know, and it's a big deal. I'm not going to minimize it. Not. It's a real big deal. Rather there's something to it. I think there is. Do I think as much to it as what they're saying? Heck no. It's got a lot of people scared, and a lot of people, afraid to walk outside without masks and all that kind of stuff. Do I believe in cautions? Yeah. Do I believe in fear? Absolutely not. So we started this business just get to talking to people. Okay, I just say, hey, you look for ways to make money. You know, you interested in building a global brand for yourself, a brand. You keep your income options open. Yeah, got to talking to people. A lot of people said yes to me. So other people said no. I didn't care about the no's. I'm looking for the ones that say yes. Now, fast forward a little bit later, I have an organization close to 12,000 business affiliates around the world. That who are all acquiring gold, who are building family wealth and residual income, who don't work for me. I consider myself more working for them. And, you know, and because of that, people who build things like that, they're able to get a percentage off of it. That, you know, that's called leverage. That the same thing that your job uses on you and the person in the cubicle, that owner is getting a percentage of everyone's labor in addition to his own or her own. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's just been the way that businesses are set up. Businesses set up for profit, and they're set up to build wealth for that owner and his family. You know, and so we're the karatbars was in essence the right business at the right time. Now, when it was formed in 2011 by Dr. Harold Constantine Seitz in Stuttgart, Germany, that man couldn't foresee what's happening right now. You know, but people are going back to gold now. People are like, wait a minute, I got to get out this cash stuff. I mean, it's taking more of my dollars, more of my naira, more of my rand to purchase the same goods and service that it used to be. Why? Because the purchasing power of your money is going down. Why? Because of inflation and also debt loads of various countries. So it takes more of those dollars, you know, to buy the same amount of goods. But let's talk about the dollars. Let's talk about this fiat currency, you know, paper money. The French economist Voltaire said that the fiat currency would ultimately return to its intrinsic value, which is zero. It's what that man wrote centuries ago, and he's right. You know, gold is subject to hyperinflation. No. You know, Zimbabwe can tell you about hyperinflation. You know, Greece can tell you about hyperinflation. Venezuela right now can tell you the hyperinflation. I bet all those nations, you know, wish they would have had some of those assets shifted into gold. far as what to maintain their wealth. Gold is nothing more than money insurance. And so that's what you're doing. You're doing that without any specialized degrees. I could do business. I could do business in Poland and Tanzania right now. I do business in Tanzania. Right now, I don't have to go there. I don't have to get a special visa, to do business over there. I don't have to contact the government, and ask them, can I do business? I deal directly with a fellow Tanzanian, with a Tanzanian citizen. Hey, do you look for ways to make money? I don't have nobody censoring me. I don't have nobody telling me I got a certain territory I can't come into, or I got to pay someone a tax just to be to do business in that nation. I don't have to do that stuff, but I can do that in 149 countries right here from Tampa, Florida, on a bike trail if I want it, and that's what you can do. So you don't need a job. You don't need a job. You do need income, but you don't necessarily need a job to get it. You don't, but you do need a business if you're going to build great wealth that you can leave over to your family and your descendants, and you can perpetuate wealth down your line. You're going to have a money system, and most likely that's going to be a business. But you know what? The thing I like about this right here, I dropped this off in Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, Ethiopia, Ireland, Cape Verde Islands. And I mentioned gold. Everybody know what I'm talking about. It's a universal thing. Gold is money. It's been money for the last 5,000 years, and it will continue to be so. Gold is what backs money. I know people can say, yeah, the military too. The military do that. I don't see many people trading bombs. No, just give me. I'll trade you 2 grenades for a loaf of bread. It's not really not really a market right there. But I could take something like this. I could take this product called cash gold, 0.1 gram of that gold, and I can say, Prince Amir, hey man, I want to buy that bike in your basement, man. How much you charge me? Fitzgerald, I get let me have $300. I'll give you $250 in gold. Will you take it? Here you go. I mean, and this is a new dynamic, a new economy is coming on. Things are not going to return to the normal that you knew it.
Right.
And I'm not talking just to people here in the United States, in my home country. I'm talking to the South Africans. I'm talking to the Australians. I'm talking to the English, the Chinese. I'm talking to the French. I'm talking to the Egyptians. I'm talking to the Saudi Arabians. It's not going to go back to the way it used to be. And so you have to reinvent yourself. That's what this broadcast is talking about. We have to reinvent ourselves if we're going to prosper in the future. If not, our children are going to be literally economic and debt slaves. Because because the more I live on God's earth, the more I realize, the more in my heart of hearts I believe that there is a group of people with very, very sinister motives that literally want to enslave the world. They want to hoard the resources and give out just enough for them to survive and thrive. And they want to amass all the wealth and the power and the military to beat them into subjection. They don't do what they say. I mean, you've got to get strong and very, very serious about the economy of your own home. You can't leave that to chance anymore. Nor can you lead that to, you don't have luxury of saying, or being lazy and saying, well, the government is going to take care of me. You wait till they get the President Trump out of there. You wait till Joe Biden get in there. Let me go on record. I don't give a crap about neither one side. Politicians don't make me. They don't make me. I make me. My choices determine me. I believe in the line. I believe more so in the thinking of Mayor Rothschild. The Rothschild banking dynasty, who said about a couple of 100 years, give me control of a country's money supply. I don't care who make the laws. Give me control of a country's money supply. I don't care who make the laws. How do we bring that into vernacular right here? Give me control of the economy in my own house. I don't care who's ruling. Because if this nation is not favorable to me, if this piece of real estate, well, my wealth can be transferred to a Panama. Can be transferred to a Mozambique, and I can more than thrive. Especially if I'm I have my gold. I'm acquiring my euros by building my network. I have a global distribution center that I can run from the Cayman Islands or anywhere else I want to go. And you can too. These are options. But if you're talking about looking for a job, or you're talking about, well, let's go in here and apply for these sites, or do you know anybody I can get a job? You know anybody get a job? Ladies and gentlemen, the competition is going to get more fierce than it's ever been.
Right.
You're going to have people, mark my words, you're going to have people with master's degrees, some even doctor's degrees, compete with hotel jobs. You're going to have that. A master's right now is going to be the new bachelor's. It's dang near getting where it's like that right now. And then you gotta concern yourself about racism. No matter how people try to fake the funk and talk about how we need more education. No. If your skin is of melanated persuasion or darker persuasion, no, you will be most likely discriminated against because of your race. Let's get that fact. Let me get that right out there right now. Then you also got if you dodge that bullet, you also got to deal with age discrimination.
Right.
Fitzgerald, you're 55 years old, Cat. I know you got about 25, 30 years of sales marketing experience. I know you're University of Alabama grad, look good. You guys had a pretty good football team. Yeah, I know that. I know all that. But man, you're 55. I don't know. How much labor can we get out of you?
Right.
That's what they're thinking. How much can you really give us? So but that thinking, okay, let me go ahead and put something of my own. Let me build something of my own, but where I don't have to be subject to a lot of that. So I deal with realism, and I've been talking to Prince Amir for several years about the same thing. And you have to deal with realism. I don't care what nation you are in. The rules are designed for the business owners, the producers. So you got to get on that side of the stream. Well, Mr. Fitzgerald, how do I do it? If I never had anybody tell me, okay, we're telling you right now, register your account. Prince Amir has his link there. Register your account. There will be no charge for you to start your own home-based business. There will be no charge for you to start your own home-based Karatbar Gold business. No charge. Second thing, after you register, you're gonna verify your account by clicking on the email that Karatbar sent you. Next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna acquire one of the 4 business packages. VIP, which is what Dynas and I am, it's about $4,900 to 4,900 euros. A gold, about 2,400 euros. 2,400 euros. A silver, about 595, and a bronze, about 180 euros. No. Which one should I start? Well, go ahead and start the VIP. But if that's not where you see, go ahead and go gold, or the minimum you want to start is a silver.
Silver.
Okay. Then you start exchanging, paying yourself first in gold. And you just no minimums, no maximum. You just pay yourself first. Then you talk to other people by simply asking them, do you keep your income options open? They say yes. You send them a video, therealmoney.info. You follow up with them. Following up with them is based on 2 questions. Did you watch the video? Do you see an opportunity for yourself? Yes. You send them your marketing link, which is going to give to you for free. They register up. Then you do a 3-way with myself or Prince Dynas Amir. And you put yourself on mute and we talk to them. We help them get a package and you get paid 10% of that package, just what you did. Plus you're going to collect units. 25 units on one team, 50 units on another team. Depending on the package you have, you get a dual team payout. A VIP, you're going to get 80 units every time that happens. 80 euros every time that happens. So let me explain that to you. I made money while I was asleep. I sent Dynas Amir texts to let him know he made money.
Right.
I called him one time. He was in the airport coming from Africa, sitting in the airport waiting around between planes, and he had made something like 320 euros. I had to let him know that he's doing it. He's in the airport.
Right.
He said, I appreciate it very much, Fitzgerald. I got to get on this plane. It's literally. I mean, he's made money while he was over in Sierra Leone and doing other things over there. Money that can be made while you're not working for it. Okay. If you're a gold business package, 25 units on one side, 50 units on another side, you're going to get 60 euros. If you're a silver, 25 units on one team, 50 units on another team, you're going to get 50 euros. And if you are a bronze, 25 units on one side, 50 units on another side, you're going to get 40 euros. So obviously, see the higher the package go, the more payout you go. The packages are one time. They are tax deductible, depending on your nation, and they do come and go. That's like your passport to your business empire. You
Right.
tell me what a business that you could start that low, like a 4,900 or 2,400 or 595 euros one time, that you can build a business that will stagger you in the wealth that it can create for you. Because duplication, there's only 6 billion plus people around the world. Okay. And that's all we do. See, it has to be simple for the masses to be able to use it. So a lot of this is going to go over people's head because, they're going to complicate it. It can't be that simple. It's that scam. It's that doing like that. Well, first of all, nobody ain't concerned about what you think, for far as being able to take a chance on yourself. Call it what you are. You're afraid to do something for you. You have more faith that someone else is going to take care of you than you can go build something else. Let's call it what it is. Quit hiding behind the excuses. Quit sitting up there saying, this and that and all that kind of stuff. You're not only condemning you, but you're condemning your children for life of property. You have got to have something you own. God bless the man who has his own, the song they used to sing over here in this nation. God bless the man who has his own. You've got to create the system that you can lead to your children, a wealth system. You got to create a system that's going to free you from trading your time in for dollars, because you only have so much of it, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? And you got to be confident. You can drop me the heck off. What was this lady we was talking about? Her name over in South Africa, Diana.
Nikki Bird.
I don't need to know the town she is. I can drop over there right as American right now and build this business in the millions. I can do it in Dublin, Ireland. I can do it in Israel. I can do it in Panama City, Panama. I can do it in Purdue, Lima. Why? Because Fitzgerald Stevens believed, that his future belongs to his hands. I don't have to sit on there and wait for someone to give me. You drop me off anywhere, I'm going to swim and I'm going to survive and I'm going to thrive. That's my thinking. Now, I necessarily can't say that if I have to depend on another man's system, because he or she can make the rules. I could be a number one producer. All they have to do is make the rules and change my compensation package.
All right.
It don't make a difference how good you are. When you're working on someone else's dime and someone else's clock, it's theirs. You can't get mad at a person, for how they handle theirs. I hear this story often, and I'm quite sure it's in many parts of the world, because what I'm talking about, I'm talking to the global audience, not just my nation, the global audience, where people sit up there and say, well, I worked hard for them. I did everything I need to do. I gave them some of the best years of my life. How could they just put me out the pasture? I have but one question for you. Did they pay you? Right. But I did they pay you? All those years that you worked there, did they pay you? Yes, they owe you nothing. They owe you nothing. They kept their obligation up to pay you. You signed the check, you took the check, case closed. So you use your time to build their wealth. You chose to. And if you don't know any better, I can understand that. But now you do know better. There's been many opportunities that have been presented to everyone under the sound of my voice. Sometimes you haven't taken them. Many of us have those stories. Man, I wished I would have jumped on Netflix when it's like $1.25. Right. Man, I wished I would have got a Bitcoin when it's 50 cents per coin. It's 12,000 now. Man, I wished I would have jumped on Google when they first opened. Man, I wished I would have jumped into Yahoo and AOL when they first came. Man, I wished I would have did that. I wished. How many times you think opportunity is going to keep staring you in your face and coming to you? You decide to move on something. So at 50 years old and missing the many good opportunities, I decided to move on myself. I had a cousin that talked to me, younger cousin. She said, "Hey, Fitzgerald, there was this coin called Bitcoin. You ought to get in this." I don't really know about it. It sounded a little, my old thinking got in my way.
All right.
And I was talking to her. She reminded me of that conversation. It's gone. I can go out there and buy Bitcoin now for $12,000. I could buy maybe a fraction of it, but not what. I mean, where would I have been if I owned just 100 of those? You know, I mean, and so this is what we're talking to you about. How many times you're gonna let opportunity go by? Here's an opportunity for you to create your own business. You have no minimums, no maximums. You can do it as little as $4,000 or 595 euros one time. You pick one. You know, you don't have anything to pay ever after that. You decide you're going to save as much gold as you want to, when you want to, and you can make an income by helping other people make incomes. You can win free Rolex watches on production. You can win free Mercedes Benz on production. You can win a $750,000 villa, a 50,000 euro villa built for you anywhere in the world with the deed, just by doing and helping other people do whatever they want to do with this, helping them build wealth. You can leave both assets to your children. You can leave the cash flow to your children. And so this stuff don't never get old. But but let's look at that. We got to 3 of our things, 3 of our 5. Automation, okay, that's here to stay. These things will increase. Online community, that will increase. Freelancer and online the platform for employers, that will increase. They're going to put more to retirement and more of your health savings on you. And some people are just going to eliminate them altogether. Okay. More competition. The United States, we have a big thing over here about open borders. People like saying like, hey, man, we want to be where people come over in this country. Let's do like every other country. You just can't show up in there, because we need to take care of the citizens here. I agree with that. You just like, I'm here and go ahead and give me all the stuff that you as a citizen work by. I mean, as an African American, I don't feel that at all. My people built this nation. And then some cat that's going to come over here and just set up shop. You do it the right way, go right ahead. But many countries, you have to protect your borders. Let me make it a little bit more personal to you. You got 4 bedrooms in your house. You only live in one of them, and your child lives in the other one. So you got 2 bedrooms. Somebody knock up, say, hey, help me out. You let them in. Okay, they put them in. They come in, they break in the house rather. No, they break in your house and they decide I'm going to set up here and go to take one of these 2 bedrooms. I ain't paying you rent. I'm going to eat your salmon patties that you cook every morning, and I'm going to use your soap and water, and I'm going to use your thing to dry my clothes. And if you try to put me out, it's just wrong. Come on, right. Come on. But we're seeing more competition and less jobs. More classism, more racism stuff. But there is no competition when you build your own, ladies and gentlemen, especially when you do it in the carrot bar sphere. I literally have, forget me. You literally have over 6 billion people, potential customers in 149 countries. If you decide like, man, I'm kind of tired of it. I want to go somewhere else. I'm not here. I'm not feeling this. I just want to go somewhere else where my money can be better. I pick my business up. And my whole global organization travels with me. You say they move over there, Fitzgerald, with you to maybe Mozambique? Of course they do. How is that possible? They're in here. So when I move, my business moves. Hey, you keep your income options open. Yeah, you still look for ways to make money. Yeah, great. What country are you in, by the way? I'm up in Canada, Montreal. Cool. No problem. I can do business with you up there. No, I don't have to give the Canadian government a share of my produce. I don't have to call the local premier and ask him, is it okay for me to do business in your country? Karat Bars has done all that. All right. So we're creating an extra stream. So let's go ahead and go with the closing, because it's not about me, it's about you. What are you going to do? All right. Okay, the economy is doing this. Okay, so what? What are you going to do to ensure your economy? To ensure not only for you, your children, your grandchildren? What are you going to do? And we're all faced with that, and we're all faced that single, male, black, white, whatever, Asian, whatever. What are you going to do to ensure the economy of your home? You certainly can't keep up there waiting for anybody else to do it. That's not their responsibility. That's your responsibility. As Mr. Warren Buffett has said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will literally work until you die. As Prince Diana Samir says, titles are not sexy. Income is.
Yes.
As Mr. Michael Delco would say, if you don't come from a wealthy family needs to come from you. And as Fitzgerald Stevens would say, if you don't make moves will be made of you. Once you register, give me a call. I'll help you. I'll shut this. I'll easily help you. Have no problem doing it. Be my delight to help you and your family build wealth. And I won't charge you a dime. My personal phone number is 1-716-573-6296. My personal phone number. I had that since 2000, probably about 10, something like that. Or 12, I'm sorry. I'll show you how to set your business up. We'll do a goal statement. We'll find out what you want. We'll show you a way to get it. Help you talk to people. Both Prince and Amir and I can go ahead and help you with your package. He will give you a call. He's not going to release his number. He will give you a call. More likely, we have a partnership that I'm the one that takes the calls because I'm helping my partner build wealth. I told you, you got to help others do it. And then we'll just go ahead and plug in the Wealth Builders. That's a teaching system by Mr. Ty and Mrs. Valerie Best over here in America that teaches you for free exactly how to put this business together. You're going to be exposed to great leaders. My sponsor, Mr. Michael Delco, Miss Tanisha Glaspie, Mr. Rodney Roach, Mr. Al Murray, Mr. Gregory Hines, Mr. Rodney Berger, people who have done it. These are free people. I call free. They don't work for anyone. They do this business full time. And they're going to help you. They're going to give you the necessary training you're going to need. They're going to give it to your group and put you in a position to win. You cannot get mad at a man that you cannot get mad at people who are trying to help you and your family build wealth. Because, ladies and gentlemen, there is a new dynamic. And as I told my wife years and years ago, I said, honey, the world is going to come down to where there's not going to be a middle class anymore. You're either going to be rich or you're going to be poor. Now, if you one of those cats, well, money ain't everything. That's cool. You go ahead and send me yours, and I'll put it to work. I'll put it to work. I promise you I will. I'll put it to work for you. Well, money can't buy love.
Right.
I'll put that to test to you every day of the week too. You'll learn a little bit when you come my age. You'll learn a little bit. A lot of things you thought was true, you'll learn. But nevertheless, but taking those things around in here, what money will give you, ladies and gentlemen, is the ability to have choices over your life, the ability to enjoy the remaining time on your terms. Now, and you're not joining us. You're not doing anything with us. You're doing something for your family, which is more important to us. You're doing something for your dependents and your children. You're freeing them from possible time of economic slavery, like the world's get ready to never see again. Just by making some decisions to put you guys in a place where you can lead wealth to your generations and you're able to enjoy the wealth with it. So, Prince Amir, we have a lot of good questions, a lot of great comments, man. I love it. I don't know if we have time to take a few, but it's been good. I mean, I like doing this. I like doing this. Talking to people. Like, for example, there's I'm going to spell it out. A comment came from GOKU92SON. Okay, and they said at Jose Bronze, busy grinding extra hours at work. Okay, all right. Let's talk about that. The more you work, the more you're going to get taxed for those extra hours. Is that true or true?
That's true. Okay.
You want to have a business that you can defer your taxes. As a matter of fact, that you work a regular employee job, a W-2 over here in the United States is what we call it. You're going to pay about 40% of your income in taxes. 40%. Oh, and they're not going to ask you before they take it. Okay. If you have a business, you can dwindle that 40% down to 20%. And you can pay that taxes at the end of the year if you want to. You can defer it. You're going to have write-offs that you can have. that as an employee you can't have, you can't do. So I'm a firm believer right now, 2 jobs are for 2 people. Man, I understand the overtime. I've done it. Man, I've worked one time for something like close to 36 hours straight. No, so I understand working hard. I'm sorry, that was like 27 hours straight. I beg your pardon. I understand working hard. I understand getting extra jobs, but I look like the more extra jobs I got, the more money I was paying. And so what you want to do is create a system that works for you. You don't work for money. We'll teach you how to cause money to work for you. We'll teach you how to acquire assets, so the appreciation of those assets will be working for you. Now, so Prince Samir, I'm going to get out of here, man. Love the stream, love it, love it. Like it. Thank you for our new guests.
No problem.
Thank you for everything, and man, thank you for all you do. I mean, you are truly a blessing to the world. Oh, by the way, that man has helped over 650 families in Karatbars. 650 families have personally registered as a result of his efforts. 650. Let that sink in. And he hasn't even scratched it. He hasn't, 650. He can go downtown Atlanta to the MARTA station to find that. There's more people traveling on the trains, than that. That's nothing. No, I'm not going to discount his accomplishments, but with a world full of close to 7 billion people, ladies and gentlemen, the largest income earners in Karatbars, some of the largest income earners in Karatbars have not even gotten in yet. What if that's you? What if that's someone who you bring in? You never know, But what we do know, standing still is not an option. No, standing still is not an option. That's just a recipe for disaster. You have got to move right now. It's not a time to think about it. It's a time to be about it right now. Prince Dynasty Samir, man, love, peace, and blessing and respect to you, my brother.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Again, affiliate links in the chat room. Click on that affiliate link. Register as an affiliate. I will personally call you. Also, I took it off the screen. Sorry about that, guys. It will be in the description. Once again, the affiliate link will also be in the description if you watch the playback. And is also scrolling at the bottom on the ticker. Until next time, family, Dynasty Samir, search for Guru. Peace.